What is Bazball? Listen, learn, assimilate. What is Bazball? Bazball is nothing but a protest against the umpire's call, because the umpire's call is communicated by the umpire's sky. There is a violation, a contradiction between the physics of the biology and the biology of the physics. That is why this civilization has moved beyond umpire's call. We are now in Amrit Kal. Let this be a lesson for you all.
TV umpire to director, we have a player review. Can we rock and roll, please?
Hello and welcome to episode 112 of Bits and Pieces, the world's friendliest cricket podcast. It's a day of joyous celebration since Bazball has been duly handed its first ever series loss, and to commemorate this pious occasion, we have a few good men in our midst. First up, we have Prashant Dhruv Jurel, who's a keeper and will be there for you in the most dire of circumstances. If you ever need to know about the spirit of cricket, he's the medium to look at. What's up, PDP?
Hi, Chops. I'm honored to be named after Jurel Jurel.
Hey,
Pleasure.
okay, to be honest, I love how on brand this intro for Dhruv Jurel is from Abhishek Chopra. It is like Dhruv Jurel's dad introducing Dhruv Jurel to the world of cricket. That is how mellow this intro for PDP is. Fully on brand, Rachops. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Next, we have Nitin Kuldeep Sundar, whose guile and flight is matched by none, whose effervescent enthusiasm ensconced in an enterprising enigma is very much the engine of our podcast. Say hi, Nitin.
Thank you, thank you. That's a very flattering introduction for Kuldeep Yadav, who has played totally only 9 test matches in 10 years of trying. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, I
No,
will
but
take it.
he's basically saying our podcast is a Mr. Butler soda maker, and you are the effervescent essence. What is it? You are the gas, basically.
No. He already said PDP is the person we should turn to for the spirit of cricket. So the true spirit of cricket is effervescent Mr. Butler soda with a squeeze of
Soda,
lemon in
with
it,
this lemon.
which is PDP's drink of choice. But yeah.
Okay, lovely. Next, we have Tony Shubman Sebastian, whose shirt sleeves are full and his cap is at a rakish angle, whose talents take the shape of a pentangle, who's our podcast's shiniest, most exciting spangle. Say hi, Tony.
Here also,
Hey,
here
why-
also Sanju Samson dropped.
So suppose it'll take me a while to untangle this intro, but thank you so much. Also, Shubh Man is basically a few good men, no? Okay, something like that. Anyway,
That intro has been mangled.
Chops.
Yeah, I mean, if you break Hindi into pieces, probably, yeah. Okay, finally, we have Murli Yashasvi Satagopan, whose days of toil in humble cricket grounds across Madras are spoken of in hushed tones, whose never say die ranting spirit cause many a cyclone, whose entry on the pod is always like a vibey cologne. Say hi, Murli Satagopan.
Honored to be on here, Radhe. I am hoping to
Like
give
a
it a
what?
fiery start.
YB
All
Cologne.
right, so
Cologne, because he's from Germany. Cologne.
Cologne.
He's our
All
colonial
right.
cousin.
So, guys, I want to fess up first up. I think I made a prediction in one of the podcasts that we did before this series started, where I said Ollie Robinson is going to be the one and only trump card for England.
That was a
Oh, Iman
masterful jinx.
Pande.
This fucker always shows up like this randomly.
So,
It's like
Macha,
3
he's
a.m.
the opposite of Max, right?
3
He's the
a.m.
opposite of Max.
It's 2:30 and 3 a.m.
Impacts up.
Cricket in Singapore.
Max will put
Hey, turn on your camera, da, fruit.
fruit cake.
Only his name is there. No voice,
Hey.
no video.
Hey guys,
Undertaker.
Hey,
Undertaker.
gaadi mein baitha hai.
He's in a car. He is only our Kishan
Hey.
brother.
Hey.
Some other format.
Our Ashwin,
Hey, Jewel
sent in the
haters.
private
Hey, KSB
site.
lovers.
Say it, you say, you talk.
Mr.
Come on, Iman.
Continue,
Iman Pande.
continue. I'll just get into this mode after hearing what you guys are saying.
Okay. So yeah, Ollie Robinson, I said he's going to be the trump card for England, and my God, has he showed up or what? Thoughts on
Is that
Ollie
Iman's
Robinson?
intro, by the way?
Chatting balls.
I can see a
Iman
nude
Pande.
nut.
Can you though?
Huh.
Anyway.
But
So,
very
yes.
honest of you, Chops, to fess up to this observation of yours, which has not at all been noted in the last 2 or 3 episodes. If you thought that we were not going to catch you on your Ollie Robinson prediction and remove your underwear, you were in for a surprise.
I know you remember for
um,
sure.
Who has been Ollie Robinson's been so bad, he's like the worst Ollie in this series as well. Considering he put out on a king pair. That is how bad he's been. Like, my God, that takes some doing.
There is even this other Ollie called Ollie Stone who plays in T20 leagues. In fact, Ollie Robinson has been worse than him also, not just Ollie Pope.
He was worse than the
Ollie
guy who came
Stone.
back from retirement, Moeen Ollie. Otherwise, he was bad. It was really
He's been worse than Laurel and Hardy, no? Laurel and Hardy, Laurel's nickname is Ollie, if I remember it.
Yeah,
Ollie and
yeah.
Stanley. Yeah, he's been
Yeah.
worse than him also. No laurels and plaudits for Ollie Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
February is also Hardy.
So yes, guys, let's start from the top. Murli Sadgopan, what do you think about the India win? And has Bazball seen its last days in India or elsewhere?
I'm taking the spotlight away from Bazball, man. I don't care about that. I think what we played was extraordinary cricket. Like, we always felt like, man, Virat Kohli is gone on paternity leave. Like, we don't know what Shreyas Iyer is injured or not, or
But
whether he's
enough
been
about
dropped or not.
BGT last time in Australia.
And we still, I think we took a pretty great team and played really well. I'm super kicked with this win. I loved this test and the fact that it was 40 for no loss. I thought everybody thought it was a certain win, and it still gave some jitters in the morning for a great partnership to come back and win. I was pumped. I think it's a great way to win the series 3-1, and think it's pretty well set for a 4-1 win, which was the popular prediction amongst most of us too. So all positives from my end. I love everything that happened, especially Jurel.
Yep, true that. PDP, thoughts on the Indian spin attack? I think a couple of them were said to be destined for retirement on this podcast and on the WhatsApp group. Pretty decent comeback, I would think.
No, I mean they've done really well. But thoughts on this? They've had to bowl much less than England's spin attack. So if you look at it, I mean, Bazball is literally killing their own side. I mean, they're shooting themselves in the foot. England spinners have bowled something like 700 overs as compared to Indian spinners who have bowled 560. And the
Indian spinners have bowled 560.
Yeah, 560.
And England spinners have bowled 700.
Have bowled close to 700.
Out of which Root has bowled 250. So England spinners have still bowled less than.
Also, the other spinners just started bowling. Like Shoaib Bashir basically just learned to bowl spin like 1 month back. So not much effort.
No, but that's my point. I mean, the fact is that you've got a very young spin attack, and you're forcing them to bowl a lot of overs. And I think the strain showed today. You found Hartley and Bashir sort of tiring and The mileage was showing.
And what about the Indian spinners?
They were awesome, man. I mean, I've been a huge fan of Kuldeep. I think sung his praises multiple times on this pod before. I'm just thrilled to see him. Thrilled to see him getting a decent chance and getting a decent shot. He's bowled magnificently. Of course, there are
Can you say this in a Ravi Shastri voice?
no daddy.
Best spinner of the Indian team.
Bang.
Give him the ball, Ash.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I think the other thing that happened was I don't know, somehow the Indian spinners were able to sort of come in at the right times, perhaps much more than the English bowlers, because I think our pacers, at least one of them every test has done a decent job. Nitin, thoughts on the match?
Oh, fantastic match and a great series so far, right? I think the last few years, every time India has played either Australia or England, you ended up having very good series. Probably the last Australia tour of India, the BGT was probably the outlier. But if you go back before that a few years, right, every time India has either toured these countries or they have come to India, you had fairly good series. And this has been excellent. I think it's been the best series in India since the 2017 series against Australia. And it's been a very hard-fought series for India, right, for a variety of reasons, which we mentioned. They're without a lot of their senior players, and England have put India under pressure with their unconventional approach. It might have also backfired a bit on England, but you could see that there were at least a couple of times in this series when Ollie Pope got going and when Ben Duckett got that 150. India were a bit stunned. They didn't expect that to happen. But I think Ashwin also mentioned this at some point, that the fact that England was scoring fast and getting out fast meant that these spinners, especially Jadeja and Ashwin, are used to bowling long spells, right? They don't have a problem staying consistent for very long periods of time. And I think PDP made that point. They weren't as tired out as the younger English spinners. And I think that came to show under pressure on day 3. Both these spinners really came into their own, especially Ashwin came into his own that day, and Kuldeep as well. And I think it is also, this pitch actually wasn't very suited for Bazball. If the ball is keeping that low, it's tough for you to, play that aggressive brand of cricket, which England have sort of brought to the game the last few years. So this was probably the toughest pitch for them to do Bazball on, and it sort of showed. They really went into their shell towards the end. They were struggling to score, all of that. Great test for India. I think thanks to Jurel, they managed to stay in with a touching distance, and eventually those runs in the first innings made a difference because it was a very, very tricky chase. And credit to Gill. I don't think many of us gave Shubman Gill a chance, of playing the sort of innings he did today. But yeah, full marks to him. Great innings, great win for India.
Yeah. So Tony, what do you think Johnny Bairstow was doing at Star Bazaar in Ranchi? What made him go to Star Bazaar?
He was buying a new 3-door fridge. I think that's fairly obvious.
He wanted a neck pillow for his next Indigo flight to Dharamshala, by which I mean Indore, because apparently sleet has covered the Dharamshala surface.
How many times are you going to crack the same joke? Your listeners are all bored. Please.
Okay, so let me crack a new joke, which is that India went into this series with the English media pitching them as giant killers, but it ended up as India becoming giant killers because before the series we were speculating that Jayant Yadav might somehow make an appearance yet again, like he does suddenly right out of the blue. But not only has Jayant Yadav's career been killed, I don't know when Akshar Patel's next going to play a test match, which is probably never. He has to play behind Ashwin, Jadeja and Kuldeep. So good luck to him. And also, whenever we win famous series, right? Last time BGT, there was one Hanuma Vihari who's like, poor fellow has been left out of the team forever. Another Telugu person who's going to be sacrificed at that altar is KS Bharat. I think which is a good segue to bring in Iman also, but over to you.
Not to forget.
I feel like
not to forget that Hanuma Vihari himself is back in the news once again after the penultimate test match.
No, but I feel
Yeah.
like the story of the series and how good India has been, despite missing a bunch of names, is how many careers have effectively been killed, right? And these three, we are not even talking about Shreyas Iyer, we are not even talking about some of the others who will. I don't know if Rajat Patidar is going to play again. I hope he plays a fifth test and like gets a good knock at least, so that he can lift up his average. But it feels like a rite of passage and something that we didn't see coming, right? Especially after day two of this test match. I would like to tell the listeners that I'm usually one of the more optimistic person in the group. I was like, no man, like go do something else this weekend, like go to Goa, get drunk or something. I had no hope when Kuldeep and Dhruv Jurel walked in on day three, but how we pulled that out. So on balance, I feel like India should have won the Hyderabad test and should have lost this match on pure probabilities. But I'm very glad it happened the other way around so that we killed the narrative also. So brilliant day of
Yeah, I
Test
think
cricket series.
reaching 3-1 from 1-0 down is like so much sweeter than the other way,
Yeah,
of course.
exactly.
Yeah.
Coming from
Yeah.
behind,
But-
is that how you like it, Chops?
Oh my God. But Chops, to your point, the figures are actually pretty dramatic. If you look at the split of wickets and the split of overs, right? The Indian Pacers, I think, have bowled 170 overs, and they've taken something like 26, 27 wickets. England's seamers have bowled the same number of overs, 170, but they've taken a grand total of 11 wickets. And Indian fast bowling has been averaging 23 a wicket. So actually, if you
Macha,
look at it,
PDP.
yeah,
This is bits and pieces, not that other podcast.
no, but I'm just saying that the difference between the two sides has actually been the fast bowling.
But
I mean,
important follow-up question, PDP. What is the control percentage been Indian Pacers versus English Pacers? Why are you giving
that
us all these meaningless numbers?
no,
Like wickets.
no, but I mean, it's actually quite staggering. The difference between the two sides it's a little bit like the 2004 series that way, where the difference between India and Australia was actually the spinners were really good. Kumble and Harbhajan were really good, but where Australia won it was with their fast bowling. And the actual difference between the two attacks has been India's fast bowling.
Actually, I wonder what England's bowling plans for this tour really were, right? It's like they've just decided to show up with whoever is available, right? Stuart Broad stopped playing. They don't have a viable replacement for him. Ollie Robinson, I think there were some very unsavory articles about how his pace is dropping into the 60 miles per hour bracket and all, like 120s, even 110 kph and all, right? So he's not really that enforcer that Stuart Broad was. Anderson has outbowled him easily in terms of pace and energy, right? Which is very surprising. They brought Mark Wood. They gave him one test match. He was even impactful on the first morning, but I guess they are going to use him in short bursts and not give him continuous test matches on a long tour. Anderson is always being preserved to some extent. Jack Leach, I mean, it has been years since Graham Swan stopped playing, right? What is England doing if they can't produce a reasonable, decent first choice spinner who can go around the world? Someone like a Nathan Lyon. I understand that your pitches aren't supporting spin back home, but you still need spin to travel, right? And if you can't have one decent spinner in a country, then it doesn't really reflect too well on the cricket setup that they have back home. And Jack Leach is not really world class anyway, right? And his absence has ended up hurting them so badly that they've brought like bowlers who have absolutely not played. It's almost like they did some talent hunt and picked up a couple of spinners and brought them, right? Not meaning to insult Bashir and Hartley and their efforts, but and Rehan Ahmed for that matter. But how can you show up with a bowling attack that's this undercooked, right? For a very important away tour. I think if India were full strength with their batting lineup, if Rahul and Kohli had played all the test matches, India would have really caned this bowling attack. And England are to an extent flattered.
Basically, are you saying Test cricket is about bowling? Is that what you're saying? Just want to understand. Can you expand on this theme? Possible.
That is
Yeah.
not correct information. What is that first comment? First comment as in the replies?
What is it?
This is
You
not
should go
correct
back.
information. It is about bowlers trying to get batters out while they're trying or something.
Here for the comments.
Yeah.
But you heard it here, folks. First, world peace has been achieved. Nitin Sundar has basically told us that Test cricket is about bowling. Test cricket is about bowling. Test cricket is about bowling.
But we are not talking about Test cricket, right? We are talking about Bazball. So, which is, of course, the definitions of varied contours of the definition of Bazball have changed in the last 1 week or so, with everyone now coming in with their interpretation of what Bazball is or is not. Lawrence Booth has emerged on Twitter with a book, apparently, where he has explained what Bazball is. Michael Vaughan.
I feel like this is an appropriate time for a Murali rant about Bazball. Come on.
I agree. Bring it on.
Booth Bulaiya. Lawrence Booth Bulaiya.
I've been
Bhoota
thinking a
Kalam.
lot about it. Right? There have been so many articles written about this Bazball, right? And I saw one beautiful voice note from PDP about talking about everything that works well for us is Bazball. What is not Bazball. Right? At this moment, I disagree with Nitin that it's not even about the spinners because Tom Hartley has taken more wickets than Ashna. He has taken 20 wickets. Ashna has only taken 17. So they can bring some college kid also and can play. The point is this, every match you should get one amazing moral victory and still lose the game. If you are able to achieve that and look really good at the end of a win. And I'm telling you this, it is not just a team. The representation is the same way Stokes gets out. It will be a straight ball, short ball. He's missed it from like a mile away. Completely bold. But he look at it like it is the most genius thing that has happened to him by the most phenomenal bowler there is. So you think that, oh, what? Stokes is averaging, I think, -7 or something. So at this point, you have to understand how pathetic the team is based on the results. But results are not what they want. They want to make themselves look really good. At this point, I no longer care. That's why I said the first question itself, I said, I don't want to talk about Bazball because if there's somebody making money out of this PR initiative, they don't care who's winning tournaments or because they're at the bottom of the table. The idea is they look really good in the media. The Guardian can write all these fancy words about them. They lose 4-1 and go back, which is worse than how Australia lost. So I no longer have any respect for this team or for Ben Stokes. And somebody in the one, I can't remember which comedian pointed out that they are writing like, major articles.
Michael Vaughan.
Some bullshit about every tiny thing that Ben Stokes does. They write like large articles about it. One fielding change, moving mid on to point. They write like one long article about what an amazing move it was. Poor Rohit Sharma did the same and nobody talks about it. So I don't think there is any value in this Bazball anymore. If they can win the last test, I'll give you credit. If not, it is Gasball only.
So I went to chat GPT, as we all tend to, right? Because even I'm not very clear what exactly Bazball constitutes anymore.
All
This is what...
okay. Will you be able to unshare the screen now? Or we have to
Right, right.
reconvene at
It's been taken over by Bazball.
No, I put it up, but I waited for Murli's rant to it. So, by the way, ChatGPT doesn't know what Bazball is here, so which I think is fitting.
Technical fact check here is because you're on ChatGPT 3.5 and they haven't updated since Jan 22. And English summer Jan 2022 is when Bazball. So please.
Matitangla. Okay. No, but
we'll edit it out.
No, but on Ben Stokes, right? Like he's going down that same trajectory as Sachin Tendulkar. Like I mentioned, I think on the group, between when Sachin Tendulkar did solo performances and then he did so low performances to act as if like the ball is just going under him for no earthly reason. We all grew up, so I think that the demise of Bazball has also been that.
From solo to solo to solo da.
Day, but Ben Stokes won 2 World Cup finals, right?
Yeah, he was not captain.
Where is our what kind of?
That's okay.
Okay, Tendulkar was not captain. We did not win 2 World Cup finals.
Stokes' best performance in India was.
But he won. But wait, he won man of the match against Pakistan in 3 different decades, ra.
What and all Nimbuda. Okay. This anecdote has been repeated in 3 different decades on Bits and Pieces podcast.
Except one
in
World
all of
Cup.
those
You know
times,
which
the
one?
2007 World Cup was going on.
There, the league match is yet to happen.
India versus Pakistan league match. Super. So essentially, what you're saying, Murli, is that Bazball is like a cult now, and Ben Stokes is the leader. And is he going to kill everyone off at the end of it? Like if people don't listen to him, or if there's too much criticism, is he probably going to kill all of them somewhere?
He'll kill them by making them bowl 700 overs. The poor guys. I mean, as it is, you have this undercooked attack, and you're barely giving them a break. You're
He's
hardly.
overcooking them.
Yeah, I mean, he's hardly giving his fast bowlers a break. He's got the oldest fast bowler in the world, and he's barely giving him time between spells. He's got the most undercooked spin attack, and he's making them bowl all these overs. He's forcing Joe Root to bowl. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it
But
seems like they're
you know what you don't see, PDP, again, footprints in the sand. I won't elaborate, but left as an exercise to the listener. Please look it up. Same thing Ben Stokes is doing. You say that he's not giving a break and all, but if you see, when they're not playing Test cricket in the nets, Stokes is doing all the bowling. So, like, he's giving them a break in the nets. No, like, you don't have to bowl in the nets. I'll do all the bowling in the nets. And then when it comes to the real match, then you bowl. So, I feel like the workload is shared only. It's not like. What is it about Stokes net bowling? Guys, come on. This has to be a thing. Like, why the fuck is he bowling in the nets if he never intends to, like, bowl even
I
one
think
over at the field?
Because he can
answer
talk
is
about it, Ra. He can
no,
talk
answer
about
is
it.
no, the answer is simple. This is all from Bazball itself, like we discussed a couple of weeks back, originated from MS Dhoni's mind, from MS Dhoni's brain, right? Because Ben Stokes, Baz are all disciples of Dhoni's school of cricket. What does Dhoni do in the nets? Does he practice batting? Does he practice keeping? No, he comes and bowls. So what does you think Stokes will do? He'll do that only. Same thing.
At this point, I think Tony should say in Nitin's ear, "You were my first wicket" or something like that. What was it? Manoj Tiwari,
Manoj
Kevin
Tiwari.
Peterson.
Yeah.
Manoj
Yeah,
Tiwari,
yeah.
Kevin
Dhoni
Peterson.
too, Kevin
He was
Peterson.
mic'd up, da. He was mic'd up in some T20 game.
Oh,
Yeah.
Manoj Tiwari is the one who told KP about it. Okay.
Yeah.
But
But,
what I don't get is Bazball may not have won anything except the Indian commentary
Hearts
box.
and
Why
minds.
is everyone like praising Bazball so much? Like anything that you do, Murli, like Ben Stokes sneezes and everyone's like, "Oh, what a stroke of genius! Such a smart captaincy." That this and all. It's even leaked into ball by ball commentary on Crick Bus. I don't follow cricket, so I don't know what's happening.
So
But like
let's
any damn thing is like portrayed like a smart move or like a master stroke. Like, why? What is happening?
I think
so-
it's because visibly India have been a bit rattled in this series, right? I know India
Where?
won a
In
lot
the
of
past
sessions.
tense.
No, in this series, I'm saying. See, there's been a very tough series for India, right? I know 3-1 is a big margin, but there have been several passages of play, including in this test match where England really had the test match in their grasp. And similarly, the third test, end of day two, England were calling the shots, really, right, at that stage. So I think the commentators are reacting to that because they can see that whatever this process or this format of play is putting this home team under tremendous pressure. And that was the bowling attack under pressure, even more than the batsmen, right? The batsmen have come through commendably because it's an inexperienced batting lineup. But the experienced Indian bowling attack has felt the pressure several times in the series. And I think that's what commentators were reacting to.
No, also, I think it's worth pointing out that I think a huge difference between the two sides has been Yashasvi Jaiswal. He scored something like 700 runs almost at an average of 100, striking at 78. You take him out, and the teams, I mean, he's actually been the big separator, actually, if you see this series. And the fact that after a long time, in fact, I can't even remember when India had like a proper alpha left-hander in their top order, like Matthew Hayden for Australia or someone like that, who could really.
Iman, time to unmute.
Giving up Iman.
Southern Open Ramesh, the only Yeah, go on, PDB.
No, da. So I was saying that it just suddenly showed you what was possible. The fact that
No, but who was India's opener at the last home series when we had reasonably decent pitches, which I'm guessing is the last 2016 17 England tour.
It was
It's
KL.
Vijay and Rahul. Vijay and
KL.
Rahul, I'm guessing.
KL, yeah, correct. KL and Vijay. But my point is that okay, so he's batted brilliantly, full credit to him, and he's been a delight to watch. But I think it also shows you what the possibilities of having a left-hander like that in among your top 3-4, what it opens up for you, because very clearly England's best bowler has been Hartley, and he's been turning it into Jaiswal, and that's worked in Jaiswal's favor, and he's had an amazing series, and that's been a huge difference because he scored a quarter of India's runs in the series. That's mind-boggling.
On the note of a quarter, Iman Pande.
Seriously, Iman lying down on a bed with a blanket.
Iman Pande, what do you think about this quarter? Is it going to be enough? Are any quarters enough?
It's
Also,
11:52.
are you wearing anything other than the t-shirt?
I am Bazballing my way out.
You know what it is? I don't think Nitin Sundar will know, but when shit man, what is that movie? What is the latest
Terminator 2.
No, the
Tenet.
latest Nolan.
Oppenheimer.
The latest Oppenheimer, yeah. When
Barbie.
Oppenheimer was released in India, there's basically a scene where he's with his side squeeze or whatever, and she's fully naked. And the
Florence
censors
Pugh
put
ko
on-
side squeeze bana diya.
Censors have
Yes.
put on like a black,
Black.
thing which looks like a dress. That is exactly
Yeah.
what Iman is wearing right now. Like,
Yeah.
is it even
Accepted
like,
Paint me like one of your French models, whatever.
that only. Huh. So how happy are you, Iman? And please don't show us. Just express your
Bhavna se samjho.
So I wanted to speak on 2 points. One was the very recent point around having a
That's
maverick left-handed opener. So we never had a maverick left-handed opener in tests. Let's be clear. I think we never had that. The closest we had was Sadagopan Ramesh, who thought that by staying outside of leg stump, he could play fluent off drives. So that's how maverick he was to Wasim Akram. So after that, we have Yashasvi Jaiswal. So obviously that's a blessing in disguise. But I also feel Jaiswal could have been a right-handed batsman, and he would have still created that much havoc that he has done, in this test match. That was one. The second point was around Bazball.
That's a good point. He has actually broken Sunil Gavaskar's record, who famously batted left-handed and right-handed. So, yeah.
The second point was around Bazball, and I was thinking that is there a real-life parallels that we could draw to figure out why Bazball is what it is, right? And I couldn't stop, but my thoughts went into all these random LinkedIn influencers, right, that you see who talk about building startups, opening up companies, being extremely high in agency, having that passion to make things happen. So what did Brendan McCullum do? And it's brilliant, right? That you basically get paid to have a figment of your imagination being accepted by an entire nation, who are then made to run like fucking assholes to follow what you want to experiment. This is exactly the life that a product manager wants to live, right? Which is, I will come into an organization.
Which PM are you talking about? Which PM are you talking about?
Did Bazball start in 2014?
Yeah, I'm talking about product managers.
Okay, go on.
Yeah.
Which is the same abbreviation.
Yeah, same abbreviation. This is what product managers do, right? They walk into a company, throw in a random idea. Everybody starts thinking that it is a moment of genius, and they try to literally decipher it in many different ways to figure sense out of it, and also think that it is big. And because it is a crazy idea, there must be some meat, there must be some thought behind it, and hence we got to decipher it even more. We got to follow it even more. But at the end of the day, what really happens is the entire organization literally works like ass, right? They have, they work without really thinking what they're doing because they're made to believe that there's something big which is waiting for them, and still they'll find excuses at the end of every day to figure out why they're really working so hard, right? But at the end of the day, they'll figure out, right, which is what the overall expiry date of baseball is basically Brendan McCullum calling it a day, one day, right? Saying कि boss हो गया मेरा, आप मुझे नहीं करना
यार
coaching.
मतलब just a KKR contract away. That's about it.
हाँ, KKR contract या फिर रणजी ट्रॉफी में उसको कहीं पे लेके आ जाएंगे हम लोग. It is just about that, right? तो
आंध्र
तो
प्रदेश.
हाँ, आंध्र प्रदेश में वो हनुमा बिहारी को कोचिंग करने के लिए जाएगा. लाइक थिंक ऑफ इट, राइट? बेन स्टोक्स से सीधा हनुमा बिहारी चला जाएगा वो. तो ही इज जस्ट अनदर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट अवे टू गो ऑन पब्लिक, गो ऑन रिकॉर्ड्स टू से कि मैं तो ऐसे मजाक कर रहा था इंग्लैंड के साथ. प्रॉब्लम विद इंग्लैंड इज कि उसको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, दिमाग नहीं है. मैक्सिमम टू 10th पास है लोग वहां पे. तो उन लोग को लग रहा है कि इस पे लॉजिक है, बहुत साइंटिफिक अप्रोच है, समथिंग अराउंड फिलोसॉफी, समथिंग अराउंड साइकोलॉजी, सब कुछ लग रहा है उनको, पर है नहीं कुछ उसमें. दे आर ट्राइंग टू फाइंड मीनिंग इन समथिंग व्हिच डजंट एग्जिस्ट. तो आई थिंक बेसबॉल इज अ जीनियस which McCullum is playing out on an entire nation, right? So I generally have to applaud McCullum because obviously he's a true KKR guy, but I also feel for England. Now I really feel for them because उनको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. And after this series, I think what will also happen, which I think PGK also called out, is कि I think England will get more confused कि यार अब क्या हो रहा है, क्योंकि मैंने तो एक मैच जीत गया. See, if this was a drubbing, right? It was a 4-0 drubbing, तो वो कुछ सोच सकता था कि यार छोड़ देते हैं baseball. ऐसा नहीं हुआ. They came close. See, you guys are also talking about how England literally pushed India and India had to come back and win whatever, right? You were trying to find meaning in the way England played. Like Nitin tried to find meaning. है नहीं उस पे meaning. But सबको ऐसा लग रहा है, इंग्लैंड को भी लग रहा है कि they are really, they are almost on the cusp of making something which is history. But है नहीं ऐसा कुछ. So I think generally Brendan McCullum has played a proper prank on England. I think that's what it is. Right? It's a proper prank on England. Maybe that he is trying to get a revenge for something that has happened in his life or with his country. But yeah, ये proper prank है England के लिए. And yeah, what क्या ranking है, number एकदम second last हो चुका है भाई लोग. पर हाँ मतलब I think it's a pure genius that McCullum has played out. Make proper prank, played over years, made to believe that there is proper science behind it, but kuch hai nahi uske. There's nothing. It's absolutely
Basically,
shallow, which is what most
Bernie
product managers do.
Madoff, and it is a pyramid scheme for the
Yeah.
ages.
I
We are
think
at the bottom of the
with
pyramid.
this,
वो Amway वाला scheme
with
है,
this,
वो फंसेगा end में.
Pyramid scheme.
with this visual, I think I should read out Rob Moody's tweet. The 7 teams above England on the WTC table. It's about entertaining, not winning. Get with the program, losers. I mean, New Zealand, what are you guys even doing? Not even one smug, baffling press conference. What the fuck? Up your game, sheep shaggers.
Sheep shaggers.
Again, like New Zealand gets away easy because no one watches anything. 2 weeks from now, Australia would have pounded them in 2 matches and they'd be fucking like worthless. So please, it's India and Australia finally yet again. England over in the reckoning. New Zealand, for all you sheep shaggers, second derivative sheep shaggers might be exciting for a while, but like please, let's not get
Second derivative.
Second derivative. Oh my god.
Killing use. No, so
No, but
basically,
this is for our audio listeners. We were just putting up the WTC table.
so please read out what the situation is. England is
Basically
last but
England
one.
is last but one.
With Sri Lanka below them.
19.44%.
Yeah, that approach is
Sri
called
Lanka-
baseball.
Yeah, Sri
The
Lanka has
bottom.
played only 2 matches here.
Basement ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike.
But India and Australia again very strong. So New Zealand definitely has to play Australia in the next 2 tests at home, at their home, and I believe New Zealand has to play India in India if I'm not mistaken, right? So they will.
New Zealand has to play India in India. That's happening. Okay.
They don't. They play Sri Lanka, is it?
Tony, you're supposed to tell us, not ask us.
This is a good question.
First of all, you
No,
told us you don't know.
Tony's-
Then you're opening and screen sharing crick info also. Next, you might come out as a closet New Zealand fan. Who knows what you will do?
Man. Basically, these guys did something to the ITC. ITC seems.
ITC. Yeah.
Okay, come
So
on.
if I were to paraphrase what Iman was trying to say, so Brendan McCullum is the product manager and he has a bunch of people working under him, working very hard. That includes people like Lawrence Booth, who are updating Jira tickets in the form of articles and books about baseball. What is this? You went to Wikipedia now. What is this?
This only India plays. Who is this? This is New Zealand.
India is not playing New Zealand.
Yeah, da.
Oh, India is playing New Zealand. I was looking at the column.
Perfect.
Sorry.
I think
Brendan McCullum.
New Zealand only, no?
I think K-Nittu is a real baseballer.
So basically, okay, once again, New Zealand will play Australia at home at New Zealand in 2 matches, and then play India away in India for 3 matches. If they win those 5 matches, well played to them. I will also turn into a sheep shagger. So you heard it here first.
Second derivative.
Worst sheep.
Second.
Third derivative.
Second derivative.
Don't try to pull wool over our eyes and all. New Zealand is fucking shit as always. Some random people, no one watches anything that they play. And like,
yeah, I think
Kane
the two
Williamson
wins.
scored some double 100 against South Africa. School team from Peter Maritzburg, who's still like processing trauma of having asked Gandhi to get off the train. And like paying
Was the umpire
penance by,
Kettleborough
like,
though?
feeding donkey drops to Kane Williams and Rachin Ravindra. For this and all, you guys will put hype, please. No New Zealand, so it's going to be an India-Australia WTC final yet again in England, which India.
Please tell us what will happen after that. Why are you stopping the story there?
India will lose again. Yeah, this is part of our system now. This is all.
Now India has hope because Tony was very confident that India will win the last time. Now India has hope.
Last 2 times, yeah.
Just another Travis headache. Don't do this anymore. Like, I can't handle it. Even under 19s are losing to them. Like, it's a horror.
So I believe the New Zealand vs Australia series starting next
day after tomorrow.
Thursday, no? Yeah, correct. So Chops, you should be knowing about this. Only like when it gets romantic, you'll watch and then put some tweets.
Romantic.
Nobody
he
knows
will.
when New
He will
Zealand
watch
plays
highlights of that
England.
series in 145 or something. Yeah.
He'll get 2 replies
Not
from
before
Guerrilla
that.
Cricket and like, oh, no one's watching, so I'm the expert. New Zealand and all, please don't waste my time with this. Move on.
Guerrilla Cricket. I haven't heard them in a long time. I will do that soon. Must be good to listen to when they are losing now.
Yeah.
Nice. Seri, so the other thing that I wanted to talk about was, okay, if I know Iman has literally shat on baseball quite a bit, but what would you say about the emergence of Bashir? Is he really one for the future? Is he going to be someone who becomes the lead spinner for England now when Jack Leach is back from injury?
No,
or
no, no, no,
more
no.
of a fluke situation?
कुछ नहीं है उसमें यार, लेट्स नॉट
Let's
रीड
shut it down, please.
कुछ नहीं है उसमें, कुछ नहीं है ऐसा। बम्बई बशीर हमारे यहाँ बहुत घूम रहे हैं। अब ये कार्डोविच नर्ली में 100 निकल जाएगा अपना बाजू में, ये एलॉफ ऑर्डर में जहाँ पे रह रहा है उसका बाजू में 100 निकलेगा। वो बशीर में कुछ नहीं है।
So
वो
I think we should put this in a different context for both Chops and Iman. Is that I believe there was a tweet from one of our friends at 81 All Out who said Ollie Robinson's first class record is so and so. He will literally walk into the India team. Right? So
He has to walk only. His run-up is like walking only. He doesn't run.
कैसे ही तो बोला है उसने, he has to walk into the Indian team। चाय में
what
देगा वो
about
मस्त।
Shoaib Bashir?
हाँ? बशीर मैं तो बोला वो तो बम्बई बशीर है, वो बम्बई बशीर टाइप घूमेगा आजू बाजू में, चाय सुलेमानी चाय भाई बेचेगा वो, क्या वो कुछ नहीं, नॉर्मल प्लेयर है भाई, मतलब नॉर्मल भी नहीं कहूंगा मैं तो, बिलो एवरेज बॉलर है वो। ठीक है यार, पाटीदार बेचारा कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं था उसमें, उसने दे दिया विकेट। और शोएब बशीर मतलब यार, स्वान एंड शोएब बशीर तो कुछ ज्यादा नहीं हो गया, ये तो कोई बात होगी हर
Exactly.
बजे
He could be the next. Shoaib Bashir could well be the next Jack Leach, but that is not saying much because Jack Leach is what? उसका मतलब क्या है? Why is Jack Leach existing? Last time he came, Rishabh Pant literally didn't allow him to stand and breathe the same air that he was breathing. Right? Who are these guys? Why are these people playing international cricket? तो समझ नहीं आ रहा है मुझे.
हाँ मतलब जैक लीच का द ओनली
Go
क्लेम टू
to
फेम
New
इज कि उसने
Zealand.
वो बेन स्टोक्स वाला जैक लीच इज ओनली हिज ग्रेटेस्ट कंट्रीब्यूशन टू इंडियन क्रिकेट हैज बीन कि वो बेन स्टोक्स के साथ वो इनिंग्स में उसने वो एक ओवर रोक लिया था
हाँ.
मतलब एज अ
Guys,
बैटर
does anyone remember Dom Bess? This is what I
हाँ
want
डॉम
to
बेस्ट
know.
वो बेस्ट कहीं से
Ambassador
भी नहीं है
Pallava.
डॉम वर्स्ट है वो यार तो मतलब कुछ है नहीं वो बशीर में विकेट दे दिया हमने एक दो ठीक है मतलब ठीक है
नहीं यार.
वो मैं भी बॉलिंग करूंगा तो कभी विकेट ले लूंगा इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि यू गाइस स्टार्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट मी यू कैन
यार
बट यू शुड
प्रॉब्लम ये
नॉट
है ना,
राइट
this is the problem, right? Circular logic हो गया एकदम. We dissed Bazball saying it's a shit approach and everything. And now we have come to reckon with the fact that England doesn't have any depth in their bowling. The reason they play Bazball is because they don't have any bowlers. उसका first class cricket एकदम फटा
अरे
हुआ है. They don't
बॉलर
have
नहीं है इसलिए
depth ही नहीं
बैसबॉल,
है.
बैटर नहीं है इसलिए बैसबॉल. अभी क्या
कुछ तो करना है ना. The only way they can survive is by flaming out, right? And वही है. कोई ट्रेडिशनल
Fleming
टेस्ट
नहीं.
क्रिकेट वैल्यू स्केल के कोई फायदा नहीं है. Look at the depth
Fleming
of bowling
came
that the
before
other
Mika.
two. Look at the depth of bowling that India and Australia have, right? And look at England's depth of bowling. There's a world of difference. They're never going to be able to compete by playing traditional test cricket.
रेहान अहमद मेरे कॉलेज टीम पे नहीं आ पाएगा आई कैन बेट माय मनी ऑन दिस वो मेरे कॉलेज टीम में नहीं पार कर पाएगा वो रेहान अहमद वो सीधा ही उठ के आ गया ऐसे घूमते फिरते हुए बाजू में दिखा होगा अरे भाई तू क्या करता है अरे मैं ना थोड़ा लेग स्पिन कर लेता हूँ कान के बाजू से अपने मेरा उंगली निकलता है वैसे घुमाते हुए मैं बॉल फेंक देता हूँ हाँ जा भाई तू आ जा तू चल हम लोग बैस बॉल कर लेंगे तेरे साथ भी
No, this is not
That's
even funny
Rehan
because
Ahmed.
this is exactly what Shoaib Bashir's story is. तो वो लिटरली वीडियो देख के पकड़ लिया उसको.
हाँ
हाँ.
तो कुछ है नहीं यार ना शोएब बशीर में कुछ है ना जैक लीच में कुछ है ना अपना ये रेहान अहमद में कुछ है हार्डली तो बेचारा हाँ द ओनली गुड थिंग हार्डली डज इज कि वो ही अटैक्स अश्विन एंड ही वैक्स हिम एंड आई लाइक दैट क्योंकि वो अश्विन को बहुत मारता है वो तो that's the only thing he does but you can't call him a spinner because he is bashing a spinner like Ashwin you can't call him a spinner.
Thank you, Sonny. It's a great pleasure to be here to cover this test match. And ooh, I say, what a lovely shot by Joe Root. That was a bad ball by Siraj, and it was begging to be hit. And Joe Root obliged most kindly. So, as I was saying, it's a great pleasure to be here at Ranchi. Or should I say raunchy? Oh dear, look at those earrings. Absolutely marvellous stuff. I must say, Sonny, that there's this growing trend of horrible young people who claim to be woke, whatever that means, calling me racist. I mean, can you imagine the nerve of calling someone like me racist? I mean, there is only one race, and we won it. That's the end of it.
Okay,
What do you
let's
mean?
talk
What
about
do you mean
India's
by a
bowling.
spinner like Ashwin? What does that mean?
No, I meant he just because Ashwin is bowling off spin you can't call him like you can't say कि hey is he very close to what Muralidharan is he's not वो कर रहा है he is also an off spinner वो ऐसे ही bowling कर रहा है कभी घूम रहा है कभी नहीं घूम रहा है
Oh man,
YouTube channel बन रहा
describe
है कभी नहीं
Ashwin
बन
as
रहा है
वो कर रहा है. It's like literally like, every man that he has been described as poor dude is breaking records like it's his morning part, and this guy is like वो कर रहा है. It is वो something वो turn कर रहा है, ball bounce कर रहा है, थोड़ा nip कर रहा है, थोड़ा edge डाल रहा है, थोड़ा split catch हो रहा है.
this was just for PGK
No. So let's hear the counter view. What we can't see on screen because only like our top halves are visible. This PDP and Murli Sadgopan fiercely scratching away at stickers on steel plates below the. So tell us, what is Ashwin like? I think enough of all this nonsense.
yeah
Ash now 500
or is he
wickets.
Bashir
Why can't you guys appreciate what is happening? Tell us about
What is
the
happening?
amazingness of Ash.
There is a man who typed it in caps, kissed me on the mouth, Murali. Do not. Pure emotion. The man is not even necessarily tam. He absorbs himself as a tam to come and fight for the tam populace by talking about how important Ash is to the world. And every time you write him off, like exactly like it's one of those Tamil movie scripts. Just when you think it's gone, Ashton will come back and take 1-5 and PGK will start typing in caps. So it's like it's set up there for the purpose, da. And for somebody to describe him as Edo Pandra, wo kar raha hai, it's just absolutely cruel to the kind of craft Ashwin is bringing. I mean, like the dude is reading it like it's his economics class, like 7 hours of video he watches, takes detailed notes. The way Nathan Lyon or Shane Warne goals is they do 2 beers, 4 cigarettes before coming into ball. Ashwin is taking notes like it's a practical record notebook, and then you're telling him, "Oh, kar raha hai." Went for the craft, ready.
But is note taking a legit metric? Like Rahul Dravid has been taking notes for the last since whenever he's
वो भी
taken
कर रहा
over.
है यार
No,
टोनी वो
Macha,
भी
I
कर
have
रहा
figured
है
out.
वो राहुल
He's solving
राहुल द्रविड़ भी
crosswords.
कर
Rahul.
रहा है हाँ वो भी कर रहा है
Rahul
अपने
Dravid
हिसाब
is
से
solving crosswords.
हाँ
He's not taking notes.
I'll tell you the counterfactual, right? It is that Ashna took 5 for 51 in the second innings, and he got to bowl first because he like plucked away the ball out of Robro's hand, right? Kuldeep Yadav, who came much later when it was like 110 for 2
Much
or 110
later.
for 3 or whatever. Yeah, he got 4 for 22, dude. Come on. And Ashna literally priced out the last two tailenders and all. So, in my estimation,
Hey, you should.
Ash actually cost India an extra 40 runs. Like
I think so
could have been out from 110.
and I also
What do you
think
think
that
about this analysis? Come on. Let
yeah
PDP speak,
and
Iman. Now
I
you'll get your
well,
go. Let
PCK should have
PDP
come
speak.
today, man.
See,
If PGP,
Come on.
PCK should have come today.
I
PDP,
His
come
head
on.
would have exploded.
I love piling it on Ashwin, but this is just too. There isn't a spinner in today's world who can bowl with a new ball the way Ashwin can. Like I do not think there exists a man.
One second. So,
Wait.
can.
Wait, Tony.
Kuldeep
I
4
will
for
read out.
22. Or that is like 5.5 per wicket, right? On average. Economy
He's
rate
doing math.
1.5. Huh? Ashna 5 for 51 with 2 tailenders, 10 and 11. Economy rate 3.2. Okay.
नहीं I
Now
have a
tell me.
point on that on those two tailenders वो विकेट लेना नहीं था रोब्रो was very upset कि भाई विकेट मत ले कल सुबह बैटिंग करेंगे जुम्मा जुम्मा मैं अपना वड़ा पाव खा के आऊंगा एनर्जी चढ़ा के वो ले लिया उसको लगा क्या पता सुबह अगर बॉलिंग दे दिया किसी और को मेरे को नहीं दिया तो अभी मैं 2 विकेट ले लेता हूँ अनिल कुंबले के स्टाइल में कैच पकड़ के पीछे कर दिया उसने so I don't think he should have taken those 2 wickets that time
ट्विटर में अलग लॉजिक चल रहा था दैट लाइट रोलर हेवी रोलर का फंडा बिकॉज इंडिया गॉट टू बैट ऑन द थर्ड इवनिंग दे कुड चूज द रोलर
see as a product
England.
manager I can make in an AB test I can make out A win a B win I can make both or I can make a C win or a D win even in AB
But what about
AB test.
Ashwin?
He cannot win
Okay, PDP, come on. You've been too quiet for too long.
No, so I was actually surprised that Ashwin had not bowled earlier before this because actually Crawley and Duckett, whatever else you may think of them, they've actually handled India's they've actually handled India's fast bowling quite decently well. And in this game, I think he brought Ashwin on early, and I think he's also reaching a stage where, you know, if the ball is old and if the wicket is slow, he kind of struggles. So a newer ball helped him. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's bowling early in the next test as well, given how well he's bowled here.
धर्मशाला में वो
Once
swing
again,
करेगा
so Crawley scored a 50. None of those runs were against Ashwin, or what was that in the second innings?
What is happened?
What is that?
No, I'm saying Crawley has actually been England's best batter of this series. I mean, he's handled pace and spin both really well.
Yeah, but Kuldeep took 1 over to clean bowl him, right? So
I should read out what Ashwin said about Kuldeep. Yeah, it was phenomenal. I thought Kuldeep bowled brilliantly, but what I really loved about Kuldeep did today was the way he was working on his run-up, changing momentum, all that sort of stuff. Really happy for him. I just stole the fifer away from him, but that's how the game goes.
yeah, grounded, pugnacious but grounded, down to earth, as the YouTube intro says.
Pugnacious pulchritude. Yeah.
Ashwin, I think, yeah, he reminds me of that HR head of a company which has just gone IPO.
Just what?
Just an IPO.
Oh,
Company
nice.
which has just gone IPO, and the HR
Uh.
head saying that the culture made it happen.
Nice.
Uh,
All right. What else do we want to talk about?
we have to predict the 11.
We're not done
Most
with
our
Ashwin. Come
favorite
on.
Oh,
hobby.
Dharam
Nitin Sundar, come on. Balance out the Ashwin argument.
Oh, I have nothing to add. What else? Have you left anything? It's indefensible. Clearly, he's a pretender in the team. I mean, feasting on easy wickets, disappearing when the team needs him the most, not contributing with a bat, running like a three-door fridge on the field, making Johnny Bairstow look athletic. What more could you say, man? There's nothing there. It is indefensible. Ashwin is a slur on humanity. He's a shame to the art of spin bowling.
It's a
There was a
stain on the
brief
underwear of
moment.
life.
There was a brief moment in this test match. Basically, I think the number 10 batsman, whoever it was, the right-hander, which was a cotton ball dismissal, right? He bowled a carom ball and got a cotton ball. That
Ben
entire
Foakes.
ball, Ben Foakes only, yeah. So that entire ball, the way he bowled it, the fact that it turned away from the right-hander, the leading edge, he took the catch and threw the ball up in the air. Everything in that looked just like Kumble. Looked exactly like Kumble, right? It just was very,
Anil
very
Kumble.
reminiscent. And that is an insult to Kumble, that Ashwin is impersonating him. That's what I was trying to say.
Hey, Nitin, you'll be the
This
first
is the true
obituary
success
in the
of Bazball, that Ashwin is impersonating
Hey,
Kumble.
look at Tony's evidence. I mean, this is incontrovertible evidence. He's like, that's what I said, no. He's basically come and taken easy wickets, disappeared, didn't score runs. Bloody Kuldeep and Jurel have to score runs. What is this? As a senior player, he did not put his hand up. He puts them down.
So
Yeah.
3 Indian bowlers have bowling averages below 30 in the series. Can you guess who they are?
But you know who had the best economy rate in the World Cup?
Oh my God.
I'm asking a
Bumrah,
serious question, guys. Yeah, Bumrah.
Bumrah, Kuldeep, and
Akash
this guy, the Akash.
No, Jadeja. No, Jadeja.
Oh, okay, 4.
Akash
Basically,
is,
everyone except Ashwin.
Akash is deep in this. The answer in the beginning itself was not Ashwin, not Ashwin, not Ashwin. Now it's not Ashwin, not Ashwin, not Ashwin, not Ashwin. That's
Also not Ashwin.
Also not Ashwin. Correct.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Now,
Good
now,
job.
now even Tony has had his fill. He can't go on anymore.
Ashwin is the New Zealand of the Tamil world, Raj.
Ask her, okay.
Filed out for no reason.
He's gone after the sheep shaggers. He's gone after Ashwin. He'll sleep well tonight.
Oh God. Started
Uh.
the podcast as lost. Now he's profound.
Yeah. Come on. Are you talking about Hanuma-Vihari or what?
Yeah, no, somebody has to do like deep analysis of that entire episode. Like, is there the same fellow
Yarra,
signing?
Our domestic cricket expert is Prashant DP.
Oh, I have no clue about this. I have no clue.
Same fellow signing letter, same fellow putting Instagram reply. What is the scene?
No, Machan, I think they're
They
doing
first
two
tell what
different
happened, Ra.
PDP, take it away.
Set it up.
things. So, I think the first post.
It's a famous newspaper.
Money control. No, money control is what Nitin wrote for.
Oh, really?
No, I think the first one came from Hanuma-Vihari himself.
Yeah.
And he spoke about how he felt very let down that he was removed from captaincy, and how he alleged that there was a teammate who was related to a politician who he had a falling out with, and that resulted in this, and he feels insulted and he never wants to play for Andhra again. At which point, another player shared something on social media where he claimed he was harassed and bullied and abused, and that this is not the way anyone should be treated. At which point, a letter signed by all the members of the Andhra team, throwing their weight behind Hanuma-Vihari, was also released, where they said that we use such words, but it is very normal, and that it is perfectly fine, perfectly cool, and that they want to continue playing under Hanuma-Vihari. So that's where we are. We have
No, there is one more update. So
Oh.
the Andhra Cricket Association has put out a release, which has also been shared by Hanuma-Vihari. in which they have said that it's a response to comments that Vihari made on his Instagram post. Blah, blah, blah. It comes to our attention that Mr. Vihari personally abused a specific player. The affected player filed an official complaint. And then there was an email from the chairman of the senior selection committee, proposed a new captain. Complaints were received from teammates, support staff, and other administrators about Vihari's use of foul language. Previously, during Mushtaq Ali tournament, also there were complaints about him. Vihari has frequently sought a no objection certificate to move to other states after receiving offers. On occasions, he swiftly reversed his decision, apologizing for expressing frustration and expressing a desire to continue playing. Considering his experience, which will ultimately benefit the Andhra team, we have accepted his request to continue playing. ACA will now conduct a thorough inquiry into all complaints, and the due course of action will be communicated in the near future.
Let him go. What the hell?
So the funny part is, the funny thing is,
love someone, let them go.
like a 3-door fridge. No, the best part of this is Vihari only shared this tweet, except he has shared it with the caption, "Keep trying." I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Like, is he taunting the Cricket Association or his detractors? Are his detractors in the association, etc. So he's been the captain of Andhra.
Keep putting in effort. But you...
Whatever.
Yeah, anyway.
Try, but never succeed.
You missed the key part of the story, right? It was when Vihari put out this whole thing. There was one fellow from purportedly the Andhra team who put out an Instagram story.
Yeah.
Who's saying, "Hello everyone, I am that guy you are searching for in the comment box. Whatever you heard is absolute false. Absolute false." Okay. And this fellow's name is Prudvi Raj. Okay. PRUDHVI.RAJ.KN. That is the Instagram handle. And then you see the letter that is signed that Vihari has put out. And it is
where all the teams have signed in support.
Correct.
Yeah.
All the players.
So
and
there is
one of the signees is Prithviraj Yarra. Say anything. Yarra.
Man.
And so I am obviously confused, thinking, how can this be, right? Till our friend Srinath Sripath searched the Cricinfo interfaces to figure out that KN Prithviraj, who was a complainee, is different from Y Prithviraj, who is Prithviraj Yarra, and they're different people. So yeah, it's not the same guy who said. So yeah,
it's similar to the confusion between Vihari and Bihari. They're two different people.
No, but one thing that I want PDP to weigh in on, without, if you don't want to get into specifics, is this bullshit thing about NOC and how it is basically, held as leverage by various Ranchi teams, right, to prevent cricketers from flourishing anywhere they want to. Like, you have to play with us and you have to die also. It's not the first instance, is it?
No, so there are many things which are patently unfair about the way the BCCI contracts and employs players. So the 2-year cooling off period is one such example. The NOC is another example. It's normally not withheld unless in cases of extreme in case of an extreme fallout like this. I mean, usually NOCs are given to get rid of players. I mean, you generally give them the NOC and ask them to get lost. Or if the player has put in many years and they've got a good opportunity to be a playing coach or something in some of the smaller teams, and they want to make some money in their final seasons, that's when NOCs are usually given, and those are given on good terms. So, for example, Mazumdar went to Assam, and Wasim Jafar went to Uttarakhand, and so on. So it is not unusual for NOCs to be given quite easily. In this case, I think obviously he's pissed off someone who's politically connected. So things get a little hairy.
This has happened in Hyderabad cricket in the past, right? Ambati Raidu got into trouble as well with a politician's son.
But what is the premise of a no objection certificate? That we have no objection that you go play for someone else, but if we object, you have to play for us.
Correct.
No.
Like,
So the idea is that if you are registered as a professional cricketer in Mumbai Cricket Association, that is, you're registered to play in their league. That means The idea is that you have used their infrastructure, their facilities to develop your skills up to a particular point. And therefore,
Correct.
at that point, if somebody else, some other association wants to harvest you, it seems fair that Mumbai should, because it is their ecosystem, it is their nursery that has brought you up to the level where another state wants you. So that was the origin of the system, but obviously it is being abused.
So in India right
But-
now, it looks like if you sign up to play for any team, it's an automatic objection certificate. Like you're signing on that first of all, that you are ready, that unless they say they have no objection any further, you
Correct.
cannot go out and actually prosper. You are
Correct.
tied to them forever and ever. That's kind
Correct,
of
which
it.
is patently unfair. Just
Yeah.
patently unfair.
And the
No,
BCCI
no,
does
it's
the
not-
same too, right?
It's not forever or whatever. It's essentially the period of the contract, which is typically an annual contract or let's say a couple of years or whatever. That is the period for which you are let's say associated with that particular team. Once that period is over, you go play for whoever you want to play for. If the contract is there, there are several first class cricketers who also play without a contract at all. So yeah. Okay, bye, man.
No.
Thanks, Raiman.
Bye.
Take care. See you.
Looks like he's ready to sleep only. This whole no objection certificate thing is the complement or the reverse of what is happening with the Ishan Kishan Shreyas Iyer situation. They are not playing domestic cricket for any team and they are getting objection certificate from the BCCI. So
Exactly.
that is the reverse. So you're damned if you
but
do and you're
explain
damned if
that.
you don't.
Explain that situation.
What is there to explain? Those guys
I
are busy
don't know,
gymming.
Shreyas Iyer,
Gym.
So what is their thing? They are not playing any domestic. They're just like bulking up for IPL. So
Yeah, they are busy eating protein shakes and
what
doing weights.
what team does Shreyas Iyer play for? KKR,
Bombay, right?
Delhi.
No. KKR. Yeah, KKR.
Oh, the IPL.
Captain,
ones.
KKR
Oh,
captain.
shit, couldn't care less.
Who is KKR captain? No?
Yeah.
He was a couple of years back. Is he still the captain? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
He's-
He's the captain, yeah.
But he plays
He
for
was-
Bombay, right? That is the key. That the conversation is the fact that he should be playing for Bombay, correct?
So that is where it
Yes,
all
he's-
gets very confusing, right? So Shreyas Iyer plays for Bombay, but
Correct.
doesn't play for Mumbai Indians. Ishan Kishan doesn't play for Bombay, but he plays for Mumbai Indians. So, and Ishan Kishan was supposedly part of that Rohit Sharma faction in the whole captaincy imbroglio, right? And I think he was
But
also one of the
Wait,
players who
what
put
is an
out
imbroglio?
Hardik Pandya getting appointed as captain of Mumbai Indians. But
In
Hardik
Mumbai.
Pandya notably does not play for Mumbai, but he plays for Mumbai Indians. Rohit Sharma plays for both Mumbai and Mumbai Indians, but now he's not the captain anymore of Mumbai Indians. And just to confuse matters further, Rohit Sharma is also the captain of Indians, right? So,
The beauty.
when Rohit Sharma was deposed as captain, a bunch of the Mumbai Indian
Mumbai Indians,
player,
but not in
Mumbai Indians come Mumbai Indian players, which include Shreyas Iyer, no, doesn't include Shreyas Iyer, but includes Ishan Kishan, etc. Put Surya Kumar Yadav and all put out some cryptic Instagram stories and all saying, this is all happening. It seemed like they were all supporting Rohit Sharma, right? But now Rohit came and said, hey, people don't want to play Test cricket. You see them, they don't want to play. We don't ask them to play.
So Bumrah is what faction now? Plays for Mumbai or
Bumrah is also Rohit faction
Oh,
only. I
Indians
think
also
Bumrah
Indians
also. Yeah, Bumrah
He
also.
wanted to be captain himself, no?
Correct, but since he was not happy that Hardik became captain, right? So,
Oh.
enemy of enemy is friend like that. So, he became
Oh.
Rohit Sharma fan like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
full succession
So-
happened.
Meanwhile, Rohit is like, I don't care. I'll play Test cricket everywhere. I'm Test captain. And Mumbai Indians also play Test cricket only. People who don't want to play Test cricket, I will not pick. Like
Acha,
that
I
this
is
think
set up.
the final
No.
blow in this entire battle will be when the decision for the T20 World Cup captain is made. That will be super interesting to watch now.
No, but
That's
also
already
Nitu,
made. It's Robro.
They've already made it, no?
Yeah.
No, Jaisha
When
just
Stokes
said
has been put in
Jaisha-
deep press.
Jaisha is
Jaisa
saying,
went and told everyone, no,
Barbados
that
and all.
will win Janda.
सब लोग मेरे स्टेटमेंट की बहुत वेट कर रहे थे कि मैं वर्ल्ड कप के लिए कुछ बोलता क्यों नहीं हूं। मैं आप सबको कहना चाहता हूं कि 2023 में अहमदाबाद में लगातार 10 मैच की जीत के बाद भले ही हमने वर्ल्ड कप नहीं जीता लेकिन हमने दिल जीता। लेकिन मैं आपको एक प्रॉमिस करना चाहता हूं कि रोहित शर्मा की कप्तानी में 2024 में बारबाडोस में हम जरूर भारत का झंडा गाड़ेंगे। जय हिंद, जय भारत, जय जय गरवी गुजरात।
Even if that was something he blurted out of context and wasn't really a thought through thing, they cannot go back on it now because he'll end up looking more stupid than he already does.
No, but
So they will go with it. And that's it.
but Nittu, you know what I realized when you were going through that whole Mumbai Indians, that whole thing, I realized that
It's a monopsony.
Pakistan in the 90s have nothing on Mumbai Indians right now. Nothing. Like it is insane. The number of captains, factions, groups, cross interests, contracts.
No, Ra, what are you saying? Pakistan was another level,
Pakistan
macha.
was-
This is they've just started to like.
Yeah, this is all bacha level only.
Kindergarten level. This is.
But to cut Mumbai Indians some slack, they only play like 2 months of the year, right? So for 2 months, they have packed enough meat into, enough hal into this whole.
Yeah.
The fact that Rohit Sharma will captain Hardik Pandya for the national team and have to play under him in the Mumbai Indians team is the funniest thing. And it only gets better that they named themselves a Mumbai Indians. Right? Like they could have named them anything. The fact that they named themselves Mumbai, like the dumbest name there is. Ra. Imagine they call it Dindigal Tamils.
Delhi Capitals. Delhi Capitals.
Yeah,
Don't forget.
Has anyone figured out what capitals means?
Oh yeah. I agree. Sorry, da. Close second. Delhi Capitals. I know there's a description of that guy talking about why they call themselves the Capitals. So yeah, I think you're number one.
No, PDP had already given suggestion. One of our future episodes going into IPL season should be on team names. We should do one special bingo. Was PDP only told me, no? Or was it Chops? One of you two told me.
I think we have discussed whatever there is to discuss. And now we are going to play a quiz. So team one.
Oh, this is that quiz.
Team one is going to be leftover lasagnas, which is Nitin Sundar and Tony. You can talk about your new podcast also while introducing your team. And since we don't have a better
this is
team
intro,
name,
Nitin. You need at least 3 listeners.
for the other team, PDP and Murli, we are going to call them steel plates because we don't have a better name.
Sangeeta steel plates.
Yeah.
Sangeeta steel plates. Very okay. Macha,
So-
do you still have that
Pure
thing
veg.
where name is carved on steel plates and steel
Yeah, of
utensils, etc.?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, very much.
Of course.
Go for that. Sari, okay. So, do you guys want to talk about your new podcast first and then we go on to the quiz?
Okay, so Tony and me have launched a new vlog, which is also an audio podcast, which is known as Leftover Lasagna. It is called Leftover Lasagna because why?
Heads and tails, what is happening?
What is happening? Yeah. So Leftover Lasagna is a podcast where Tony and I pile on layers upon layers of crap, go deep into a topic by going deeper and deeper into a topic.
Cricket, by the way.
And it has nothing to do with cricket, yes. So the pilot episode and the first episode of Leftover Lasagnas are out wherever you listen to or watch podcasts. So please hit the bell icon of that podcast as well as this podcast. Thank you.
Awesome.
Which also has nothing to do with cricket.
Well played. Okay, so it's a very simple, small quiz, but it will require you to probably note down some stuff. So if you want to take a minute or two to get a pen and paper, do so. And
Bond ready.
do not Google any shit, because obviously that will take the fun away from whatever we have.
I'm just gonna take
mind.
notes on a notepad, as in the Windows notepad, if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's cool. So I'm going to read out 2 columns. One is
Match the following.
perfect. So one is city names, which are basically teams, cities which have T20 teams in some random bullshit league, T20 league around the world. The other one is just like whatever, capitals, Indians, this, that, whatever. And you have to match. Now, the twist is on both columns, you have 6 items. But in both columns, there are 2 items each, which don't match with anything. So ultimately, there are 4 correct pairs out of 6 into 2 items, and you have to basically get as
So
many
there's
as
negative
possible right.
marking, huh? So it's like Minesweeper.
Ah,
If you
we'll
get the
we'll
wrong one, then you're out.
Bomb. It's like
Bomb.
Cluedo. Yeah.
we'll figure out. We'll figure out all of that. So you can note down the first column. It is
Okay.
Dhaka.
Okay.
Dhaka.
Uh,
The second one is Belagavi.
okay.
Then you have Surrey.
Uh-huh.
Then
Surrey,
you have
Surrey.
Lucknow.
Uh-huh.
Then you have Sylhet.
So far, I know all the
Oh, hey.
teams.
This,
Oh,
Then you have
sledging.
Madurai.
Okay.
too
Okay,
easy.
so
Okay.
the six names on column 1: Dhaka, Belagavi, Surrey, Lucknow, Sylhet, Madurai.
Uh,
And now I'm
Okay.
going to read out column B:
uh,
Panthers,
uh,
Falcons,
uh,
Spartans,
uh.
I like how Murli is
Tuskers.
responding like some grocery list one item at
No,
a time.
he's responding like this is
Ah,
Tambola.
அதுக்கப்புறம் சரி.
Tambola
Payatham
is
Parippu.
matching. Okay, Panthers, Falcons, Spartans, Tuskers, Jaguars,
Mm.
and Warriors.
Mm. Okay.
So give me you can do whatever you want to do except Googling. Give me your 4 pairs.
Who should give?
It's,
4 teams, sir.
How do I discuss with PDP now?
Correct.
You figure out
That's a
WhatsApp,
Oh,
chat,
Oh,
this,
WhatsApp.
that, whatever.
Oh, this we will do episode 2 of Leftover Lasagna, which is this discussion.
Macham, Murli, go for it. I don't
Hey,
know
let's
this
just go
stuff.
one by one. One by one. Your
Yeah,
team,
I will
you
go
call out
first.
one and-
We'll go first because I know only one pair. Belgavi
No,
Panthers.
no. Hold on.
I told off.
What?
Told.
What?
Out.
What are you
Belgavi
doing?
Panthers. We locked it in.
That's
Okay.
all. 1 point for us. We win. That's
If
all.
it's wrong, we are out. Otherwise, Murli
First
will-
past the post, we win. That's it. Over. Game's over.
What are your
Wow.
other?
Tell Ram, Murli.
What are your other guesses?
They
Hey,
No,
there's
that's
really
one.
Here, no, what rubbish.
No.
It's one each.
You have to tell. No. I will decide how it goes. You have to tell me your
Oh.
4 guesses, and PDP and Murli have to say their 4.
Okay.
But they will
And
hear
then-
all my correct guesses and then repeat what I said. No.
That's okay, Ra. That's okay. They might think you are wrong. No, that's the whole
Yeah.
point.
No, do one guess each, then we'll finalize.
Correct.
Okay, cool. So what do you want to do for Dhaka, Nitin and Tony?
What do I want to do?
So
for
much
Dhaka?
fun.
There is, I think Dhaka is one of the googlies. I don't know. Tony, what do you think?
Dhaka Tuskers, bro.
Okay, so Tony and Nitin are saying Dhaka what? Googly or Tuskers?
No, we're
What are
not
you
saying
saying?
anything. We're holding.
Dhaka snakes. It's not there.
Tell Ra.
Which is tough, ra. Okay, Dhaka Tuskers, let's go.
Okay,
How would I?
Dhaka
There
Tuskers.
in Bangladesh, daddy.
Why? Hey, Northeast is elephants, ra. What are you saying?
But Bangladesh is not in the northeast. You realize that, right? It's a separate country.
Geographically, it's somewhere else. So.
Sorry, okay. PDP, Murli, Dhaka what?
I have a gut feeling I want to go with Dhaka Warriors, but I also have a stronger feeling knowing some of those teams. I think there are 6 googlies in each column. Like I have a strong feeling that you are fucking with 4 idiots here. I know those teams and I watch garbage cricket because I live in Lisbon and I have time on my hands.
This
Like,
is
I
very
watched
possible, actually.
yesterday,
yeah,
so I
very,
know
very-
those teams.
Very HR thing to do, man.
I don't know, but this is just my chance guess I'm taking. Okay.
Sorry, take your guess.
Gotcha.
Dhaka, what are you saying?
Warriors. I'm
Dhaka
going with-
Warriors.
Yeah. But
Okay, Warriors for steel plates. And I have noted leftover lasagnas. I've said Tuskers, okay. Belagavi.
We are
What you
Panthers.
said, na?
Belagavi
Ah,
Panthers.
What the fuck?
Panthers.
You know, Belgavi is Belgaum, right?
Yeah.
Icon.
So
It is.
Panthers in Belgaum.
there's a panther in Kabini, man. Bloody, haven't you been seeing Instagram or what?
Same Panther.
There is Panther
Lateral.
in HSR layout. Okay. Forget Kabini and all.
Correct.
Sorry.
Hey, you've been trying to get
Steel
into
plates.
Panther. I've been trying to get into her
Steel
pants. We
plates.
are not the same.
Telra.
PDP, now your turn. Hey, I gave
Belagavi-
Warriors. Go for it. Pick. You are
Warriors
the-
ಎಲ್ಲ ತೆರಿಯೋನ್ ಸೊನ್ನ ವೇಸ್ಟ್
Everything is
Hey.
Warriors. Hey, it's
No,
like
no,
this.
no.
No. Belagavi Panthers.
ಇದ ಬಾರ್ ಕಾಪಿ
Panthers,
ಕೆಟ್
Both
Hey,
are saying
Foda.
Panthers. Sorry, Surrey.
Say
Surrey, what
nothing.
do you want to say?
Nothing. Sorry, googling.
ಯಾ ಸರಿ ಇದು
Okay.
ಗೂಗ್ಲಿ
Googly for leftover lasagnas. PDP Murli. What are you guys saying?
I know a
Quickly,
Surrey team
Ra.
that has a different name, so we have to only pick now, like Ambani. We'll pick Surrey Spartans because it is alliterating and all.
Go for it.
Surrey Spartans.
Go
Okay,
for it.
sorry.
Okay, now,
Okay,
one second.
next
Now
one.
3 over. Now you switch the order. They have to go first.
Okay.
Okay,
Correct.
Lucknow. Oh.
Infinite
$1
pounds.
Acha, Lucknow is old, ra. There's nothing. There's no.
Old.
Yeah.
Only Pope.
Lucknow Wolves.
Sorry.
Correct.
Leftover.
Lucknow also nothing.
Lucknow is
Lucknow also
googly,
nothing.
yeah. Lucknow is googly.
Okay. Silhouette. Steel
I
plates. Go for
I
it.
know-
Steel plates.
I know the Sylhet team's name, but it's not there here. So I will say
Acha,
Jaguars.
I think all 6 are old, ra.
Nada Saldra, I know the Sylhet team's name. I've seen them.
I
play
think there
also.
are 2 real and 4 googlies.
Yeah.
He flipped and told us.
No. He told us there are 4 rail guys. Come on. Don't
Chalo. Sillet Falcons
have
will
to
put.
Sylhet Falcons.
give
Sylhet Falcons.
Ah.
Chalks a little
Silhouette
bit of intelligence.
Falcons. Okay. Steel plates. Sorry. LLs.
Silhouette Spartans.
Spartans.
What is that?
Okay. And we have the last one, which is Madurai. Okay, Madurai fellow. Steel plate fellow. What do you want to say? PDP?
Which one, ra?
Madurai is the
Madurai.
last one, no?
Macha per Madure.
Jigar Thanda.
Hey, we haven't picked a second googly, right? We have only picked one googly so far. So
Ah,
we'll
so
pick the
second is
googly.
Madurai.
Yeah.
Ah, Madurai.
That's how you
But,
pick
Ra-
googly. Ah.
Yeah.
We are
By
like
elimination.
we bowl 5 balls, we don't know 6th ball, so we're like, okay, googly.
Fleming left hand rule. Ah. Okay.
Madurai
Madurai
for
Jaguars. Tony, Madurai
yes.
Jaguars.
Oh, that's exactly what I was going for, Macha.
Abba, what a great ride. We should do a podcast together.
Okay.
Madurai
It's
Jaguars,
time for the
Macha.
final reveal.
Okay.
Time for the final reveal.
I don't even remember what answers we gave. So.
Hinted, brother.
I do it.
Put a
I've
bit
noted
in
them. Don't worry.
Share
Don't
screen, Ra. Otta.
No, I have it on pen paper.
Yeah.
Sorry, okay. So the first one is Dhaka Warriors.
Yes.
What did we
This
say,
was
huh?
You said Tuskers because
And this
Northeast
fool
has-
doesn't, Northeast, it's a useless fool.
What the fuck
Clueless where
Warriors?
the
Where are the
elephants
Warriors in
are.
that?
No idea.
Where are the
Elephant.
Warriors in that?
Hey, but Macha,
I-
on the subject, aren't they the Dhaka Gladiators or something? No.
No, Dhaka Warriors is an
that is
ICL team.
Quetta Gladiators.
Ada pavi.
Dhaka
Winning
Warriors is an
ICL and all,
ICL.
ah.
I got a point, PDP. I knew this.
Okay. One second. Go. Move.
Win.
Tony's behaving like the elephant in the room. Tuskers and all. Oh, that was for Kochi. Ah, okay. You wanted
Okay.
that Kochi in the
Correct,
answer. Okay.
Yeah.
sorry. Okay, Belagavi, we had Panthers from both teams. Belagavi was actually a full googly. It was
Okay.
neither of the two. I mean, it was none of
Very
them.
bad.
So 0 for both.
Ah.
And Surrey is actually Jaguars. This is a Canada T20 League team. Which
Hey,
is
useless
earlier-
fool.
Canada.
Hey.
A useless fool. There is Belagavi Panthers, man. I just Googled. It's there on Crickbus.
Yes.
Howrah?
Let's go.
Auda. Auda.
Wait.
Macha,
It is
this
there.
a drama.
KPL.
This is Dharmasena level, chops.
Karnataka Premier League. Okay.
Joel
Belagavi
Wilson.
Panthers
Joel Wilson
owner.
gave it.
Belagavi Panthers owner arrested for betting. That headline is there.
Their captain is Manish Pande.
Joel Wilson, Abhishek Chopra, Joel Wilson of bits and pieces.
Pudingi
both-
quiz നടത്തണം.
Anyway, both teams got it right. So same effect. No, same effect is there.
Okay.
So
That is
Even,
true.
even.
That
No,
is
no.
true.
Yeah,
But
fair,
wait,
fair.
Google Dhaka Tuskers, fool.
Hey, this is dangerous,
Okay, Surrey is actually Surrey Jaguars. It's a Canada T20 League team. They were
It
called
doesn't
something
make
else
any
earlier.
sense.
Surrey
First of all,
Jaguar,
it's from
Canada.
Canada, then Jaguars.
They were earlier, I think, Edmonton Jaguars or something, and then Surrey bought controlling stake or something.
Surrey,
So
Surrey.
it is
Fair, fair.
Surrey Jaguars. The next one, Lucknow, both teams said it's a googly, but it's actually Lucknow Falcons. And before you want to Google,
Oh,
I can
Garuda.
Google.
Skills.
No, so what team is this,
The cricket team.
This is a UP T20 League team.
Adam Pass.
Hey, that's okay. It's a team. We accept graciously.
Cricket team, it seems.
We are not
I
fighting
just
saying
googled
Antarctica
Lucknow
camels
nothings,
and all.
right? It is showing up. Lucknow nothings. There is no team. What is it?
Here is the link for you doubting.
No, it's fine.
No, it's
Actually,
fair. We
we
trust
are
you.
better off
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
like this.
Continue.
Sylhet, Tony's guess is correct. It is Sylhet Spartans indeed.
Oh, damn.
You have redeemed yourself, you
No,
Tusker.
no, that's not the
What?
case. It was a googly.
Yes.
This fellow. Throw this fellow, man.
Sylhet team is called Sylhet Strikers.
Yeah, they are called
Oh,
select
yeah.
strikers. I know.
Oh, because they're
Hey,
Bengal
what
angle, they
did
go on
guess?
strike.
What did they guess? What did they guess?
They guessed Falcons, which is also wrong.
Yeah.
They're called Silver Strikers because they go on strike. Bengal connection, right? So
Okay, and the last one, Madurai.
Tuskers.
Wait, let me double check. Yeah, this is the problem. Bloody Madurai Panthers is also there. So the right answer was Madurai Panthers.
what else is there?
Nothing.
Oh, there is a Madurai
is
Panther,
TMPL
okay.
team.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
What
there is a
is
Madurai
the-
Panthers and the Belgavi Panthers.
What
Got
did
it.
we say?
You
Madurai
said Jaguars.
Jaguar.
Similar looking
So-
but different animal.
Nice. So that
Hey,
was
fun da.
the completely useless T20 team name quiz.
Acha, Max should have been here. He
Section
would have rattled it off.
dedicated to
You'd have aced it.
Hank.
You'd have done multiple matches.
He would have
Yeah,
taken
yeah.
over as quizmaster.
You would have told us Dhaka has 3 answers, correct answers. He would have given all 3.
He would have given
Don't need
CCL
the
team names
options.
and all.
Didn't need the options. Column A is enough and column B by itself is enough.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
Correct.
A fun game.
Sorry, okay. Anything else to discuss?
No.
Thank you.
Okay, all
Right,
right.
right.
That has been us on episode 112 of the Bits and Pieces. What did I say?
Pieces, sir.
Pieces.
Keys.
It's a
He's
cricket
better.
team.
He's better.
Macha, if this goes on as long as our intro, we'll all die now. Please.
I'm sorry. All right, that's been us on episode 112 of the Bits and Pieces Cricket Podcast, the world's friendliest cricket podcast. If you liked what you heard from us today, please give us 5 stars on Spotify and the highest possible rating on whatever audio platform you listen to us on. Till we catch you again next week with another rip-roaring episode. It's goodbye from Murli, TDP, Tony, Nitin, and me. Bye.
And Iman.
Bye.
Bye.
And Iman. Yes. Guest appearance.
TV umpire to director, we have a player review. Can we rock and roll, please?